Okay, peeps, welcome back. So today we're going to be discussing the four new YieldMax funds that were just recently released by Elevate Shares. And those four funds are NFLY, CONY, MSFO, and DISO. So let's go ahead and get into it. So I'm on the YieldMax website, and you guys can see here that there's a known distribution payout for ORC, Tesla, Apple, and NVIDIA. I did actually do a video previously on AMZY, FB, and GOOY, so go ahead and check that out under the videos tabs on my channel. Now we have NFLY, CONY, MSFO, and DISO. These ones were the most recent ones that were announced, I believe, like within the last week or a few days. So AMZY, FB, and GOOY were released a while back. I'm expecting them to actually have a distribution amount in September. We'll just have to wait and see on that, but it's been out for a while, so they should be paying out next month. The other four, not so much. Anyways, let's go ahead and get into it. Now, how exactly are we going to know what the payout for these four funds are? Well, there's no surefire way to know, for example, exactly what the amount is going to be, but there are some metrics that we can use to kind of more or less decipher what that might look like, okay? So let's go ahead and take a look at these different YieldMax funds. So you got NFLY here. It's been out since August 8th. So, okay, a little bit more than a week. CONY has been out since August 15th. So you got about 2 weeks on that one. MSFO just recently got released yesterday, and so did DISO. Or I guess, yeah, I got released yesterday. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to compare two that are currently paying out distributions that have been around for a while compared to two of the new ones, okay? So let's take a look at Tesla, and we're going to scroll out here to the daily chart. So what I want to be looking for in this chart, what you guys need to pay attention to, is the price swings from the low to the high. Because options premiums, from what I know, are paid out based upon price volatility. Like an options straddle strategy would have been perfect for this. So from this low, or from the high to the low, you got negative 31% here. That's a lot of volatility. We go from the low to the high. This is on Tesla, 45%. And as you can see, it's kind of bobbing back and forth between support and resistance here. So let's take a look at another one, another good one that would be a good example. We'll play this one more conservative and use Apple in this video, or Tesla and Apple, since Tesla is more volatile and Apple is more subtle, like Apple. So the price swings, you got 14.5% move to the upside, and roughly about I guess that would be about equal, roughly about a 13-14% move to the downside. So Tesla, you got somewhere between 30 to 45%, and Apple, you have somewhere between roughly about 10 to 15%. Now let's go ahead and take a look at the underlying stock, and I'm going to get around to the reason why I'm doing this in a minute. So Tesla, from the low to the high here, you got 100%. From the high to the low, 28%. Again, from the low to the high, 90%. So we'll say roughly somewhere between 30 to 90% on this one. Let's see, where's Apple at? Oh, it's right in front of me. I didn't even see it. Whoops, sorry about that. So you got the high to the low on Apple, about 20%. And again, for Apple, I mean, this one doesn't usually have a lot of price swings. It's pretty stable, but could still have some decent volatility, 25, 20%. You got 6% there. And then Apple just had this monster run, 37%. And then from the high to the low, you get about 12.8%. So I'm going to go ahead and pick one that I think, one of the new ones that I think would be volatile, like super volatile, and one that would be not so volatile, okay? So the two that I'm going to pick for this video is CONY, and we'll go with CONY and Microsoft. Microsoft is usually pretty stable. CONY is usually pretty extremely volatile. I would say more so than Tesla. The reason being is because it's based on Coinbase, which is a crypto exchange. And for anybody that watches crypto, you know that crypto is 10, maybe even 100 times more volatile than growth stocks. So let's go ahead and go down to, we'll start with Microsoft here. So I believe Apple was 20 to 25%, 15 to 25%, somewhere in there. So Microsoft goes down from the swing high to the swing low, 16%. And then you got 26%, 12, 13%, 47%, which is a little bit more actually than the Apple run up, and about 13%. So this one's pretty similar to Apple. Now let's go ahead and go to Coinbase. Man, look at that chart, dude. Oh my God, these swings are just insane. So you got 170% almost to the upside. And then you have 40% to the downside. And you have another 67% to the upside. And this thing's about 45%. And you get another humongous run up here of about 135%. And another nuclear sized drop all the way down to about 34%. So Coinbase is probably pretty similar to Tesla. I would say this one's actually more volatile than Tesla. Now, why am I comparing the two of these? Because we're basically comparing apples to apples here. Coinbase is like Tesla and Microsoft is like Apple. So if I'm actually going to go to the NASDAQ.com real quick for the dividend amounts so you guys can see this. Start with a more conservative one here, Apple. So Apple's payouts ranged anywhere from about 30 cents to 63 cents. The most current one is 55 cents. So theoretically, Microsoft could pay roughly about what or MSFO could pay roughly about what Apple pays based on volatility and the price action of the underlying stock. And if we go to Tesla, take a look at the distribution history here. You guys can see that the average on Tesla seems to be somewhere roughly around 80 cents to 90-ish cents. I mean, we hit $1 once, but the most common themes here is around 80 to 90 cents. So in my opinion, I don't know exactly what the payout amount's going to be, but MSFO will probably pay something similar to Apple based on volatility, and TSL or Coinbase Coney will probably pay something similar to what TSLY pays. So MSFO maybe 30 to 50 cents per share, TSLY roughly 80 to $1. We'll just say 80 to 90 cents per share. So let's say you bought 100 shares of MSFO and it paid you 40 cents per share. You're going to get $40 a month in passive income. That's not bad, right? I'm not against owning Microsoft directly, but for the dividend purposes, for my dividend portfolio specifically, for our portfolio specifically, we're just looking at the income here, not the underlying security. So that's $40 a month. And then on TSLY, we'll say 85 cents. So 85 cents times 100, which get you $85 a month. We're roughly about that for the Coney YieldMax ETF. Now, where can you guys buy these at? I have separated portfolios on both M1 Finance, Robinhood, and Webull. These funds are not available on M1 Finance. Hopefully, one day they will be. I'm not sure if that's ever going to happen, but we'll see. But they are currently available on Robinhood and Webull, and I'm actually going to show you guys right now. So I'm pulled up on the DISO page right here, or the Webull app. I mean, you got DISO, MSFO, Coney, NFLY, and then I'm looking at these other ones too, AMZY, FB, and GOOY. And if we scroll back to Robinhood, I'm actually going to go ahead and type them in right now. So you got Coney, and DISO, MSFO, And NFLY, so if you guys have a Robinhood account or a Webull account, they are available for purchase on these platforms. You can go ahead and buy them right now. Me personally, I'm not going to buy them immediately because I want to wait to see what the payout is going to be first. And as I've said before, I am currently focused on trying to accumulate 100 shares or at least 50 shares since there's so many of these available before I get to a point where I want to buy the new ones, and that should give me a little extra time for them to come out with a payout distribution amount so I can determine which one I want to buy next. Um, so I mean, here it is, guys. It's on the YieldMax website. You can go check it out for yourself. If you guys want to pick it up now, you can. Some investors are buying them right now in anticipation of the dividend coming out. I personally am not going to do that. I'm going to wait until it actually comes out with a distribution amount because that gives me some time to pick up shares of other ones and diversify and all that jazz. So anyways, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see y'all later. Peace.